6 online English. Today's job is to look at page 130, and we are going to look at suspense. So the word suspense, we are not new to it. We know it. We know what it means. We know what it does. But still more, let's look at suspense. What is suspense? The other word for suspense is mystery. Like, I was left in mystery. I did not know what was happening. Okay, that's suspense. I was left in suspense. I did not know what I was going to face. That is all suspense. Now, this suspense, ladies and gentlemen, is a technique which is usually used by writers. Writers often use this technique of suspense. But why? What is their job? So let's go to page 130. We look at helpful hints. Now I will read. We have all had frightening things happen to us at some point in our lives. Yes, at some point we have had frightening things happening. Maybe in class, maybe you said something bad, and then the teacher says, okay, let's go to the principal. So you will be in suspense, you will be in anticipation, you will be thinking, what is going to happen next? What will they do to me? All right, that is suspense, isn't it? Now, after that, you keep on thinking. So these may have been quite minor, but won't have seemed so at the time. It might have been a coat hanging on the door that seemed to move. Yes, sometimes you hang your coat. You're coming from school. It was soaking wet. You take a raincoat, you put it on the door so that it can dry. Then at night you see it like moving. You are imagining it moving. All right, but it wasn't like that. So our fears are often unfounded. It is our imagination. We imagine things. We thought something was there and that something might happen. So that is what suspense is all about. You keep on guessing. Now, writers like you're using this technique, but why? Why do they do this? So, if you can go to page 131, helpful hints. Writers often deliberately create suspense when they are writing. This means the reader does not always know what will happen next. Yes, this is what they do. Now, look, you have watched movies before. A movie might be a suspense movie, like you don't know what's happening or what will happen next. Then you see it's happening. That's a suspense movie. All right, it's a mystery. Okay, like a murder mystery. You watch a movie, keep on watching it. The director won't tell you what will happen or what is about to happen. You keep on watching up until the end and you say, oh, what happened? You are left in suspense. So that is what writers do, or directors of movies do. Now, this means that the reader does not always know what will happen next. They are left guessing or wondering what will happen next. You are left guessing. You are left wondering, what's going on? What's going to happen? What next? You see? So that is what suspense is all about. Now, if they are told what was to happen, the readers, you being the reader, you would not finish reading. I would tell you the truth. You would stop. You would stop by your tracks and say, "Nah, I already know what happens at the end, so I will not finish reading." And this usually even happens when you are watching a movie. If you have ever watched it, you know that I know what happened next. I know what happened next, so I will not continue watching the movie because you already know what will happen next. So that is more of suspense. So that's why writers try as much as possible to keep some information to themselves so that the reader can engage with the material, so that the reader can read the material up until the end. So that's what suspense is all about. So it's a technique which is used to write a story or a non-fiction text or a fictional text. So today's work, we are going to look at activity number 1. Write what happened in 3 sentences. For example, it happened when I was 6. I accidentally locked myself in the cupboard in my bedroom. I couldn't get out, and it was really scary. So you should write your own activity. Like, go to talk partners on top there. Talk partners. Share a frightening incident that happened to you with a partner. This should be an incident you thought was very frightening at the time, but ended happily. Use the 3 activities that follow to share your telling of the event in 3 different ways. In this case, you are supposed to find your own activity, a frightening activity that happened, but at the end it ended very well. So that is what you are supposed to do. But remember, suspense, you don't explain what happened. You keep on making sure the reader is left guessing, left and right. What's going to happen? What will happen? Just like that. All right. So that is what suspense is all about. So having said that, we are going to stop here on suspense.